What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Salt and Pauper video. My name's Chad. Today we're going to talk about the best new cards for Pauper from Brothers War. Let's jump right in. First card up for white, we have a card we both agree with, Recommission. Card is great. It is a 2-mana sorcery for a white and a colorless. You get return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If a creature enters the battlefield this way, it enters with an additional 1/1 counter. This card is white unearthed, but slightly better for slightly more. It gets an artifact, it gets a creature. If you get a creature back, you get a 1/1 counter, so it comes back bigger. You take any red or white or black. You take pretty much any 1-drop creature that this is going to target, and you get it back with a 1/1 counter, meaning that it's usually about 2 mana values worth of creature anyway. So quite literally, as long as this card has targets, you're coming out even or ahead. And the first time you buy back a 3-drop, like, I don't know, Militia Bugler as a 3/4 with Vigilance, and then ETB to draw a creature, like, you're going to feel incredible after casting this card. I played it in Boros Synthesizer right after it became legal, and it felt great. This card's the real deal. This card's very, very good. What you got for it?
I like it. Does big things, feel good, bring stuff back. I was not prepared for that at all. I don't have anything different to say about it. It's really good. I like it because it interacts very well with a pet card of mine, and it interacts favorably with really everything it can target.
Yep. All right. Next up, blue card. I think another one we both agree on. Philagi Archaeologist. It is a 0/3 human scout for a blue and a colorless, and when it enters the battlefield, you mill 3 cards. You may put a non-creature or non-land card from among them into your hand. If you don't, get a 1/1 counter. I have this card in my black-blue Turbo Terror deck. It does very adequately fill the Augur of Bolas slot. The choice on whether or not you want a 1/3 or a 1/4 or you want the card is incredibly relevant, and this card is great. I like that it self mills, so big fan of this card. You have any ideas or thoughts on maybe other places to try this card, or decks you think this is going to fit in besides the obvious?
Oh no, this anywhere that currently runs or has thought about running Augur of Bolas, put this in instead. You feel so much better. Um, there's the red blue version that I've been testing out with of
Yeah, Serpentine Curve.
yeah, of Curve, and I think that this would be amazing in there.
Yeah, agreed. It'd probably
I
be
just
pretty
need
good
to
in that
find the
deck.
slots, you know.
All right. Black. Black has Gixian Infiltrator. We are already seeing the splashes this card makes. It's kind of a 50-50 coin flip on the leaderboards of most of the Pauper challenges as to whether or not Affinity is playing this or not. But if it is, it's usually a 3 of, and it does quite well. I know some other people have been brewing like a black-red control deck around this card. I know some people talking about Flameblade Artist with the recent downshift from Double Masters 2022. Playing with this card. Lots and lots of people speculating around this card, and I think it's going to do quite well. Gixian Infiltrator is a 2-mana Phyrexian human. It's a 2/1 for a black and a colorless, and whenever you sacrifice another permanent, you put a 1/1 counter on it. This card's great. Where do you think this card's gonna really make the difference? Because for me, I think it's affinity. But do you have any other decks in mind for this guy?
I think there's got to be some sort of a red-black style of deck that does well with this, and not in the traditional sense of where it's just like, I sacrifice this thing to deal damage. While it is good, I think this would be really good in that in a red-black deck that has the shaman where it's a 2 mana 2/2. You pay one, sack a creature, and then you can play the top card of your library that turn.
Oh, Deep Dwelling Oracle.
Yeah, Deep Dwelling Oracle. Thank you. I was blanking on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Good
that a
card.
deck
Good
that
card.
runs both of those, that and Gixxian Infiltrator, that's a pretty solid core to the deck. Really good draw engine. Get a couple
Mhm.
creatures in there that don't mind dying. Get
Sure.
Mog War Marshal. The Echo on that even assists the
Yep.
Infiltrator just fine. You got yourself a good engine there.
Yeah, I like it alongside Flameblade Artist with Keldon Marauders, Mog War Marshal, and Goblin Blast Runner.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put in some Deadly Disputes. You get the treasure tokens rolling. You've really got some interesting options there. So I'm into this card quite a bit. Next up is red. Speaking of Goblin Blast Runner, it's Goblin Blast Runner. This is hands down the best card from red and probably the most powerful card from the set for Pauper. I would wager this card is going to see more play than any of the other cards in this list, but we'll see. It is a 1 red mana goblin with 1/2, and it says whenever, it gets +2/+0 and menace as long as you have sacrificed a permanent this turn. This card's fantastic. I've attacked with this card all of one time, and I was like, yep. Card's great.
Card's good. Thanks, Ollie.
Card is very good.
Mm.
I know that people are looking at this in a black-red sacrifice deck with the Gixxian Infiltrator. I know people are looking at this in the mono-red Goblins deck that already exists. I can't imagine this card won't find at least one home. This card is very, very good.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking, when were we ever going to get a 1 mana 2/2 haste creature? A la Goblin Guide. And then I saw this in the previews and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Goblin Guide who?
I mean, it doesn't have haste, but boy is it good.
Catches up on power, on damage.
Yeah,
and he's good evasion.
On turn 3, you've dealt the same amount of damage as a bush or as a guide, which is nuts.
Yeah, right. And then you also don't have the psychic damage to yourself of drawing them cards.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely
yeah.
insane.
Have any pocket decks or things coming down the pipe works you're excited to put this guy in?
That is for me to know, and for you to get blown out by.
Fair enough. All right. Next up is the color I think we disagree on. Green. My pick for this is Blanchwood Prowler, which I think is probably the only green card that is close enough in power level to maybe see play, and there really isn't a lot. With a small nod to also Gaia's Gift, which could see play, I guess. But man, do they both not feel very good.
Yeah,
yours I think is Perimeter Patrol, correct?
Yes.
Which is so real quick. Let me run through what they do. Blanchwood Prowler is a 2 mana for a colorless and a green. It's an elemental creature. It's a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you mill 3 cards. You put a land from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, get a 1/1 counter. So it's a bear or it's a satyr wayfinder variant. And then the Perimeter Patrol is a 3 mana 3/3 human soldier. For 2 and a green, you get whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So go ahead and lay out your case for the good old patrol here.
Yeah. So I think that even though this guy is he's not the best effect that we've seen in this set, even at common, he's the best. Like that effect, I think, is representative. Um, is the best, most unique thing that green has to offer in this. Uh, I think that if there's a deck that cares about artifact count, that also, that green wants to be a part of, I think this card will be tried out in those decks. I don't know if it's good enough. Um, I expect this to be someplace in, tried out with the clown token card. Uh, maybe get 2 to 3 artifacts out in a single turn along with the land. So like maybe this swings for 7, but it's green was really difficult to pick an
Green was
actual
really
card.
dry from this set, yeah.
So hard.
Yep, I think that Prowler is probably the closest to a playable green card we got here, but it's tough. It's tough. All right, and then last but not least, we have the best artifact of the set, which is Energy Refractor. I mean, I don't think there's even any other discussion cards in the colorless spot. It's got to be Energy Refractor. It's already seeing play. Once again, Energy Refractor is a 2-mana artifact. When it ETBs, you draw a card, and it says 2 mana of any color equals 1 mana of any color. Card's just good. I mean, it is a parallel to Prophetic Prism. It remains to see whether or not it's better or worse than Prophetic Prism, but it's close enough. Tron's really excited to play this card, and so am I. I think the card's good.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything besides Tron that maybe wants to try this card out in mind?
Not really, because 2 mana is a lot to try and filter.
Yeah, I'm with
Anything
you
that
there.
goes infinite, like walls, could be cute with it, but I think it's
Sure.
a little. You can't tutor it, and you
Yeah,
can't
you've got
really
like
find
Leaf
it to
Caller
draw
and
stuff.
stuff already for that.
Yeah, it's like there's other things that walls does that with its mana
Yeah, with
or
you
to
there.
get it. Yeah, like that would be the only other one I could think of. Maybe um, familiars if they wanted to get real cute,
Mm-hmm.
just to have something, some
Sure,
sort of a
sure, sure, sure.
mana cycler. But that's yeah, I don't see much else wanting wanting that effect.
Yep, fair enough. All right. So, with that, those are your best of the best from the Brothers War set for Magic the Gathering's Pauper format. Go out and get your foils if you don't have them already. This set will not have as strong as impact as Dominaria United. There's no competition for Tolarian Terror. The card's still incredible. We haven't seen anything that high quality in quite a while. We're not likely to see anything that high quality for a few more sets at least. But there's definitely some high impact cards in here. Make sure you've got your foils pre-ordered or ordered now that the set is out. And as a celebration, thank you for getting to the end of the video, but we've hit over 200 subs, which means we're going to give away another set of our foil custom tokens for the Salt and Pauper channel. So make sure that you are sub to the channel and go ahead and drop a comment down below. Tell me what you are most excited for from the token set. We have Blood, Treasure, Food, Monarch, and Clue tokens. We're going to send you a foil set of all 5. Just go ahead and put down below what token you're most excited about, and you'll automatically be entered in the drawing. So for right now, unfortunately, it is US only. Shipping internationally is super expensive for no reason. But thank you guys so much for getting us to 200 subs. It really does help. And I'm really, really grateful. I appreciate you guys. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll announce the winner in the next video. As usual, guys, goodbye forever. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow.